Hello everyone, so in this video I'll explain you about the enlightenment system that we have designed for the lower primary student. Before we start off with the session, let me introduce myself first. I am Teacher Smith, currently the head of the K2 primary department. So let me take a moment to explain you about the enlightenment system. To understand the system well, first we need to understand what is the outcome of the system. So the outcome is, from primary 1 to primary 3 math olympiad, our students have shown tremendous results in the SASMO, SMKC and AMC 8 competition. Not just this, they have shown selections in the GP results. Then from primary 4 to primary 6 in the top math olympiad competitions like NMOS, APM OPS and RMO, the results seen has blown minds. Not just this, in secondary school, from the SMO junior and the SMO senior category ranging widely till IMO, our students have shown achievements from the year 2023 to 2025. So what is this system about that students have achieved so good results from primary 1 to secondary? It only includes three major parts. The first one is about the knowledge enlightenment. Secondly, about the interest that we enlighten. And thirdly, it's about improving the habits. That is habits enlightenment. So let me take a moment and explain you each enlightenment part in detail. The first one about the knowledge enlightenment. So there are 7 core modules of Math Olympiad. 6 of them they cover in GEP. The 6, if I show you, it's calculation, counting, word problems, geometry, number theory and comprehensive. And then the 7th one they cover from primary 4 to primary 6 about travel problems. And each of these 6 topics that I've just discovered from primary 1 to primary 3 is started from K2, that is end of the year. Each topic is designed in such a way that it is interesting and also not too much for the student. This is just for the acknowledgement. Then we move on to the next one, that is the interest enlightenment. To understand this, let's have a look here on the screen. So here's the feedback that I have received. Not just this, here's some more from the student. Here's some more and here's some more. You can pause the video and can have a look at them. Not just this, there are some more feedbacks also. There are some questions also asked by the students. There's many more actually. So what is the reason why the students are willing to ask me questions and are willing to attend the lessons also? It's all because of the interest that we enlighten. To enlighten the interest, there are 2 important principles that we follow. The first one about guiding, not pushing. We never tell students the solution process directly. We ask them questions and guide them. We never force students to mechanically memorize the answer. And we also ensure that every student understands the principle behind this method. If you want to take a look, here it is. 2 hours. The question says, why we have to convert?
Because the first and third and the second and third.
Perfect. Very good. What I can observe here is the first and second. Not just this, here if we have a look at the second principle, that is the sense of achievement. Never blaming students for their mistake, never questioning students' abilities, and we foster students' interest in learning through encouraging them and praising them. So after every class, students feel a sense of achievement after completing the lesson. So here's a perfect. Here the other point, not just this, here. Wow. So class. So these are the things that have enlightened the interest. Now let's talk about the next one. Here if we have a look, it's engaging, 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 engaging and so many more. So what do you think? What's the reason behind the class being so engaging? It's because of the listening habits at first. So because our PSLE listening habit about PSLE, P It's about putting down the pen so that they are not distracted. S, to sit up straight and listen carefully. And L is to look at the teacher constantly, and the rule applies to everyone. So through this listening methods followed by the student, also attached with the teacher's ability. Teachers use voice, tones, questions and interactions. For example, if you have a look here.
What can I do? Stop writing. What can I do? Stop writing, both of you. What can I do now? Is there something I can do to simplify? What I can do? We can eliminate some terms. 3 to the power of 6 and this part we can eliminate. After eliminating, what is the answer that I am getting? Yes, 1 over 3 to the power of 6. So, when the first term is added with the last one, I get 3 to the power of 6. Second term will also be added, I get 3 to the power of 6. Sorry, 1 over 3 to the power of 6. And I can get 1 over 3 to the power of 6.
So what we can observe, the voice, tones and questions, interaction, all added up to get the attention of the student. This is just the first part about the listening habits. Secondly, if you have a look at some of the pictures here, this is some of the works done by the students here. Can have a look. Here, here, and lastly here. So what is this all about? Everything is all about reducing the carelessness. That is the second part, problem solving habits. To develop the problem solving habits, we encourage students to highlight every key information, make sure every process is written and every steps that are taken care of. This is about the problem solving habits. Then the thirdly, it's about the review habits. For the review, before every lesson, there is a before class and an after class test. So before every class, 20 minutes before class and the lesson, then the after class test for 20 minutes again to ensure they remember about the previous lesson and the current lesson. Then the second part is about the redo questions. Since in the class we don't encourage students to write down anything, as I just said, putting the pens down. So who will take care of the notes? There is an assistant teacher who copies the notes for them. So when do they write the question? After going back home after one day. Because if you have a look at the forgetting curve, after one day they have to repeat or else they will forget. So after one day they redo the same in class question that I have taught them in the class to ensure they remember what I have gone through in the class. Then the second set of homework is about the best thing to learn. The best way to learn is when we explain something to someone. So the second part of homework is about question explanation to their parent. So when they explain, they can remember the topic more and well. Now since I have just said lessons are just once a week, so to ensure that they practice every day, there is a daily practice updated every day on the app for 6 days. So now if the student there's any doubt or not able to solve the question, then a teacher helps the child to answer his questions on WhatsApp directly. This is about the daily practice, and to ensure that they can try out new variation by themselves, there are some take-home practices in the worksheet. This take-home practices ensures these variations also cover. And if there's any mistake in all the before class, after class, daily practice, take-home practices, so a student can collect all the wrong questions and put it inside the correction book. A correction book is a book that ensures they can review the topic very well. And this is the fifth part of our homework. So if you are interested to learn and feel what it looks like into our system, you can scan the QR codes here for Primary 1 study group and Primary 2 study group, and also for Primary 3. You'll get latest updates about the activities happening, also the news and policy changes, and also get some tips about learning behavior of the students and also some parenting tips. So you can scan the QR code and join the league.